we present an afternoon of North America's fastest and most spectacular racing cars. The Grand Prix Labatt de Trois-Rivières. This is Trois-Rivières, Quebec, a normally quiet French-Canadian village near the shore of the St. Lawrence River. However, today, the streets have been barricaded, banked, and barriered to form a devious road racing circuit. There's over $200,000 at stake for 3 classes of race cars. First, there's the flat-out excitement of Trans Am competition, followed by the precision of 1600cc Formula Atlantic, and then the 5-liter roar of Can-Am as they squeeze their oversized bodies through this tight road course. And the favorite here is homegrown Jacques Villeneuve. He'll drive a brand new untested Osella, just flown in fresh from Italy. But first, the Trans Am race. 20 cars starting this race for $48,000. On the pole, the left of the screen, Elliott Forbes Robinson's number 55, the White Firebird. Beside him, Montrealer Richard Spinard, and Spinard edges out in front on the first turn. Yes, closes the door on Robinson. They head for the Hippodrome, a place normally reserved for horse racing. It looks as if Richard is already pulling out a good lead over Elliott Forbes Robinson, but Robinson might be taking it easy this early because his tires are probably not up to racing temperatures yet. These tires should be around 200 degrees Fahrenheit to give the car the proper traction. Elliott Forbes Robinson's teammate, number 50, Epi Wietzes, is not having any trouble. He's pulled out to pass Phil Curran in the black Corvette. Let's see if he got through. Yes, it's Spinard, Robinson, Wietzes, and Curran. And there's some action for 6th place as the cars break for this tight left-hander. And look at the lead that Spinard has opened up. Spinard uses all of the road and the sidewalk as he prepares to enter Ryan Corner. Now, this is the tightest part of the track and the entrance to Trois-Rivières, the new pit area. It's still Richard Spinard, number 0, in the lead, followed by Elliott Forbes Robinson's 55. Canadian Epi Wietzes, who won this event last year, is 3rd, and then Phil Curran from Florida in the 99 Corvette. And behind him is Spinard's teammate, number 4, Darren Brassfield. Back at Villeneuve Corner. Some of the other cars are using a lot of the track. Oh, no, look, there's an accident. Number 14, Doc Bundy from Gainesville, California. He's 3rd in the Trans Am point standings and finished for the day. Oh, he really had the door closed on him. A tough way to end the day on that first lap. Well, Doc Bundy may be having problems, but Phil Curran hasn't. He just passed Epi Wietzes, and Elliott Forbes Robinson moves him up to 2nd spot. It doesn't look like Elliott Forbes Robinson is going to give up easily. He's up beside Curran on the long back straight. No, he doesn't make it. And the leaders are now lapping some of the back markers. So it's Richard Spinard, Curran, Elliott Forbes Robinson, Epi Wietzes, and Darren Brassfield. You know, it'll be interesting to see if the Corvette can close the gap on Spinard's Trans Am. It was a Corvette driven by Epi Wietzes that won here last year. By the way, this part of the track was newly named earlier today after the late Gilles Villeneuve. So it's Villeneuve Corner, followed by Villeneuve Street. Oh, and look at these cars with their right front tire lifting right off the pavement. And here's Ludwig Heimrath Sr. He's into the pit, but he does not look clean. Oh, big sideways spin by number 51, Richard Reynolds of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Now, the other drivers cannot see him around the corner. The yellows are waving. Phil Curran is by safely, but no Richard Spinard. He's obviously gone out on the back straight. Now, that's too bad. He looked like a sure winner with that impressive lead. And here's the other member of the Heimrath father and son team, Ludwig Heimrath Jr. out of the Porsche. In the meantime, 55, Robinson has been passed by number 50, Epi Wietzes. And Epi is right on the bumper of that new leader, Phil Curran. I think Epi Weetzes is setting Curran up. They're coming into Duplessis Port. It's one of the landmark locations here at Trois-Rivières. Well, Epi did set Curran up. He's by him just before the corner. What a move by Epi. And have we got a battle for the lead going on now? Here are two cars having their own personal battle. Number 36, Paul Miller, in a 924 Porsche Turbo in 4th spot, and Darren Brassfield back in 5th. You never know what's going to happen in this form of racing. I'll tell you, there are so many walls, narrow corners, and curves, and they all seem to close in on you here. And look at this. Curran must have problems. Elliott Forbes Robinson has gone past Phil Curran and taken over second in these closing laps. So it's now Weetzes number 50, Robinson 55, Phil Curran 99, and he has really dropped back. Well, I wonder what's going through the minds of these two leaders. Is it teamwork or pass me if you can? We talked to Robinson about Epi Weetzes earlier.
I need points this weekend, and if he can help me, I would appreciate it. But Epi is also going to race for himself this weekend, but knowing that if towards the end of the race there's something comes up where there's a problem, he is only driving 2 races, not for points, and hopefully we'll work something out. But at this moment, there's nothing other than he's going as quick as he can and doing the best job, which is very, very good for his first time in the car.
Well, Elliott Forbes Robinson is trying Epi down the straight. Will he get him? No, he tucks in behind. It's do or die now. We're on the last lap. Now, on the long back straight, it's Elliott Forbes Robinson on the right of your screen. And yes, he wins the drag race as they come into corner number 11. So, it's Elliott Forbes Robinson, number 55, and Epi Weetzes, and we can only speculate as to whether or not Epi let Robinson by, but it would be my guess that he did. There's the leader, Elliott Forbes Robinson. He's won 3 Trans Am races this year and looks to be headed for another first-place finish. At 38 years old, it looks as if EFR might sew up the championship with this win. Now, he's no stranger to the winner's circle at Trois-Rivières. He won 2 Can-Am races here in 78 and 79. So there it is, Elliott Forbes Robinson first, Canadian Epi Weetzes second, and look at this man, or should I say his left front tire. Number 36, Paul Miller, now in 3rd spot in his 924 Porsche Turbo, and what a spectacular way to end this Labatt Trans Am race. Number 47, Wayne Harper is 4th, and an unfortunate Phil Curran is 5th. Let's go down to the presentation in the winner's circle.
And now, the winner from North Carolina, Elliott Forbes Robinson.
Very happy winner, Elliott Forbes Robinson. And if you enjoyed that Trans Am event, then don't go away, because we have more coming up next. The Labatt Formula Atlantic race here on CTV. Welcome back to Trois-Rivières and the Labatt Formula Atlantic race. 19 cars will start, going 48 laps for $40,000. On the grid, Norm Hunter, who leads the point standings in this CASC-sanctioned event. Number 22, Bryce Cobb, who's second on the grid. He's been racing for a number of years now. And in the pole position, Roberto Marino, number 34 from Brazil. Roberto now signals for his motor to be started. These cars will take a standing start, waiting for the green light, just as the Formula One cars do. As a matter of fact, the bodywork is very similar to Formula One, but the engines are about half the size. And they've got the green light. Marino gets the jump on Bryce Cobb into the first corner, followed by Gantz and McMillan. Oh, there's a spin. Most of the field through safe. They can't make out who spun here, but number 39, Peter Greenfield, has crashed into him. Now, the marshals are telling them to turn off their engines. I think it's Mike Rosen in that lead car. He's decided to leave. Cars are passing on the long back straight. Now, this is a great place for passing. Number 41, David McMillan, is hard on the brakes in the white car. He shadows Whitney Gans in 3rd. Number 34, Marino, the leader, and Cobb in the number 22 car really going at it, as are Gans and David McMillan. Now, Marino is no stranger to racing. He had a Formula One testing contract. He's raced Formula 3 in Europe, and I wonder how he'll do on this street course today. There's McMillan lining up Gans for a pass in the short straight to corner number 2. And yes, he's made it by into third spot. Now it's number 34, Marino, number 22, Cobb, 41, McMillan, 13, Gans, number 12, Norm Hunter, and number 7, Dan Marvin. All 6 drivers in Ralt cars, by the way. Oh, there's the first casualty. Alan Berg out of Calgary. He's into the pits on 3 wheels. A victim, I guess, of the walls and curbs here. Always a problem on street courses. Here's Dave McMillan in number 41. He's in second place in the North American Formula Atlantic Championship point standing, has 81 points. So McMillan wants to place well here at Trois-Rivières to take over that championship lead. And there's a driver who won't place well. It's number 13, Whitney Gans from Los Angeles. He's into the pits and pointing to his right front tire. Well, the team are ready for him. They're set up to do a tire change, but it's going to be a tough charge back to the front in this event. It's now Marino, number 34, followed closely by Cobb, number 22, McMillan, 41, and Dan Marvin, number 7, who's 5th in the championship point standings. We had a chance to talk to Dan about this track earlier today.
It's a difficult course. There's no time to rest. Lots of corners, lots of gear changes. Probably twice as many gear changes here as, say, at a track like Moseport or even more than Long Beach. There are just no long straights. It's a real workout. Also, the surface is not getting any smoother, and the cars, ground effect cars as they are sprung very stiffly, and they bang you around inside pretty well. So it's going to take a lot out of us.
Some good impressions by this driver as number 34, Marino, leads the race. Oh, wait, I think Marvin has made a mistake. He's off the track at the end of the S's at the Hippodrome and back on again, safely signaling a car to pass him. Oh, now we have a car into the wall at Villeneuve Corner. Number 56, Ross Bentley out of Surrey, BC. Now Ross is moving. He appears to be fine. He's now trying to get out of the car, and he'll get safely over the wall. Yellow flags are up. 1 lap to go for number 34, Roberto Marino. But number 22, Bryce Cobb, is pitted because of electrical problems. So it's now number 41, David McMillan, 37, Briggs, 14, Garza, and 19, Moore. Garza and Moore tied in the Formula Atlantic Championship for 6th place overall. That's Roberto Marino, the leader, and there's Brian Robertson, Marino's team owner, on the left, along with some of the crew members, and they must be very pleased indeed today. And here's the man that's made them happy, Roberto Marino, around Ryan's corner, and then Villeneuve Corner, on to the Villeneuve Straight. It's the checkered flag for Marino and the winner's share of $40,000, and he made it look, oh, so easy today. Holding on to second place, David McMillan in the number 41 Pan Am Ralt. McMillan has been around for a long time. He was a mechanic when Gilles Villeneuve raced in this series, so he knows the cars and tracks well. And third and fourth go to John David Briggs, number 37, and Jose Garza, number 14. A very exciting race, but Formula Atlantic has always been popular here at Trois-Rivières, so let's go to the presentation area for the trophy.
And now, the winner, du Brésil, Roberto Marino.
Roberto Marino gets the winner's wreath. And we'll be back with the roar of Can-Am from Trois-Rivières in just a moment. Welcome back to the Budweiser Can-Am at Trois-Rivières, Quebec. On the pole is number 1, Al Holpert. Beside him, Danny Sullivan. And here's Pierre Desjardins, president of Labatt Limited, making the ceremonial wave-off for the 27 starters in this Budweiser Can-Am. We spoke to Danny Sullivan, who's second in qualifying, about his team owner and sponsor.
People at Budweiser are great. They are very pro everything here at Newman Racing. Paul is a great boss, particularly because he's a driver himself. He understands when there's a problem. He understands that there's problems with the car and that there's reasons, for example, that we haven't won any of the first 4 races. He can see it, so he's a little bit more understanding. Also, it can work the other way. He can also know when you're giving him too much of an excuse. But he's number one, he's an enthusiast and a fan, and he loves racing, so he's a great guy to work for. And again, the Budweiser people are all behind it because of him and because of what we do for them.
Here is the start. And we'll see what Danny can do for them. Al Holbert on the left has pole position, but Danny Sullivan trying to outdrag him into the first corner. Holbert almost touches the wall, but he chops Sullivan off at corner 2, and Villeneuve up to 4th spot past Al Unser Jr. Oh, that was a great start, almost ear-shattering. And they seem to have settled down now. It's Holbert, number 1, Sullivan, number 5, Morton, number 46, Villeneuve, number 33. But I don't think Jacques Villeneuve will be able to stay in 4th for long. The other cars have too much power. There's a pass by number 15, Al Unser Jr. on number 33, Villeneuve. Coming in behind Villeneuve is the British Formula One champion for 1982, Jim Crawford. He's driving his Formula One car with some extra bodywork on it, and should be interesting to see how a Formula One car goes against the Chevy-powered 5-liter Can-Am cars. Still the same order. Pole sitter number 1, Al Holbert, leading, and having won this event last year, he's quite used to having no traffic in front of him. They're coming up to the tightest corner on the track. Ryan, let's watch carefully here. Well, all this big machinery getting through safely, it would appear. Oh, no, there's a problem of looking in your mirrors too much. Number 46, John Morton, giving up 3rd spot to Al Unser Jr., and he leaves some bodywork on the track at the same time. The end of lap 1, and for the most part, everyone got through safely. The 5-liter cars seem to be having trouble pulling away from Jacques Villeneuve's smaller engined auto. Now, Jacques is driving a 2-liter car. There are 2 classifications in this race, 5-liter and under 2 liters. And because this course has so many tight corners, the smaller cars are able to make up the power loss by taking the corners faster than the 5-liter cars. There's number 69, Bertil Roos's 2-liter car. He's right behind the more powerful machine of Jim Crawford, number 73, and they're running in 6th and 7th place. Al Unser Jr. is trying the Budweiser number 5 of Danny Sullivan, but nope, he elects to hold on to 3rd place. Unser looks like he's being held up by Sullivan, and the front runners are stretching out their lead. There's John Morton, and now Jacques Villeneuve in his number 33 Osella, a car that's virtually untried, except for a few laps of testing. Holbert into Ryan corner. Oh, Unser is passing Sullivan on the inside. What a daring move for this 20-year-old out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. I think he's picked up some racing smarts from his father, who's a 3-time Indy 500 winner. So the race order now is number 1, Holbert, 15, Unser, 5, Sullivan, number 46, Morton, and number 33, Jacques Villeneuve. Jacques is right on Morton's tail through corner 1. Oh, what a great move. Shows the versatility of this quick Osella. He's up to 4th place. Jacques is right at home at this track, as are the thousands of fans who are here to support their local hero. But he looks like he's slowing down. Yes, he is. He's heading into the pits with what appears to be rear wing troubles here. So Villeneuve out at DePaille corner into the pits. That wing is bent. He must have touched the wall out there somewhere. We missed that particular incident. Well, they've flown in mechanics from Italy to look after Villeneuve's machine, and they're going to work on that car right now. They're trying to tape up the wing. That is the wrong angle, no question. A good chance here of losing traction on the course, so you've got to correct the problem. Great crowd. Almost shirt-sleeve weather, by the way, to watch this 60-lap race for $128,000. Now, that's a lot of money. And here we are, Jacques Villeneuve now out of the pits. Race order at the stage. Holbert, Unser, Sullivan, Crawford. And passing these back markers could be dangerous. They could lose a position here. This could really be a test as to the talents of the people that are running up front in this event. Al Unser's all over Holbert as they head down into Ryan, one of the tightest parts of the track. Look at that move by Unser, and it literally puts Al Holbert into the wall. No major damage in the Holbert machine, but Unser with an unbelievable move, 3 cars abreast in the corner, has really gained advantage here. Now, Jacques Villeneuve is into corner number 5 at the Hippodrome. Here's a very dangerous spot on the track. Notice how the marshals now go to work. They're watching the rest of the traffic coming up. And at this point, yellow flags waving. Jacques Villeneuve will retire. Holbert makes a smart move. He's now heading for the pits for his mandatory pit stop. Crew are ready with those gas cans. Now, races are won or lost sometimes on these stops, but Holbert picked a good time. There are yellow flags everywhere. It means no passing. 7.3 seconds to gas up. Not bad. Now he's free to continue racing while the other 5-liter cars must make their one gas stop. We'll be back with more in a moment. Welcome back to more of the Budweiser Can-Am. It's now Unser, number 15 in first, Holbert, number 1 second, Sullivan, number 5 third, and Jim Crawford's number 73 in fourth. Jacques Villeneuve, who was going well at the beginning of this race, was forced to retire. And one man who learned this track quickly was Al Unser Jr. We asked him about Trois-Rivières and especially the new pits here at the track.
I've never been here before, so I really don't know how they used to be. But the fact that they're real small here now it's very tough, and it's going to be quite dangerous in the pit area when we do make our one stop during the race. The people are really going to have to keep an eye out for the cars coming down the pits and so on, and the drivers are going to have to do the same.
Well, that's just what Unser is doing now, making his pit stop for gas. His crew ready. And we have a clock on him. Took about 10 seconds here, and he'll be away. Nope, something is wrong now. The car should have moved out. He stalled it momentarily. Okay, he's got it moving. Oh, it stalls out again. I would guess here probably electronic problems in the machine. Crew members are now arriving on the scene. They'll try to give him a push start. Oh, will they have any success here? And now there is more action in the pits. There's Danny Sullivan, the Paul Newman Budweiser March. Now he's making his one pit stop. John Morton also in for gas. Interesting to see who'll be out first here. Unser's out of his car. Oh, that's a tough break for this 20-year-old who blew it away on the pit stop. Danny Sullivan storms out of the pits. And now Bertil Roos has stalled. He is, I don't know, perhaps run out of fuel at the pit entrance. They're trying to push that car into the pits. Al Holbert still in first place in the VDS owned by Count Van der Straten. He won the Can-Am here last year, and that early pit stop has obviously paid off for him. Jim Crawford, second place in his DFE-powered Formula One Ensign. Underpowered, but a very capable driver with only one mechanic. Now, racing in England has prepared him well. Good to see some new names in Can-Am. Third place man is Danny Sullivan from Louisville, Kentucky, ex-Formula Atlantic driver. He was offered a Formula One ride this year, turned it down to drive a Can-Am car. Holbert gets that last lap sign, and so does Crawford, who isn't that far behind. This is Jim Truman, number 25. He's in first place in the 2-liter class. He's been driving steadily and obviously avoiding the walls. Al Holbert, number 1 in number 1 position from Warrington, Pennsylvania. And here's the only man that can steal that first place from him, Jim Crawford, his first ever time in Canada and his first Can-Am, and it has been profitable. In third position, number 5, Danny Sullivan. He was 5th here last year, and I suppose that's an improvement. Well, maybe he'll have to explain things to his owner, Paul Newman. Who knows? Al Holbert rounds Villeneuve Corner on his way down Villeneuve Avenue, and there's the checkered flag along with $24,000. Jim Crawford in the Ensign Formula One car crossing the line in second, and I know that his is a name that we'll be hearing much more about. Just a super fall afternoon in this delightful town of Trois-Rivières, filled with enthusiastic race fans. And now, let's go down to the winner's circle.
De la Can-Am Budweiser 1982 et lui présenter le trophée Labatt. And now the winner of the Budweiser Can-Am from Pennsylvania, Al Holbert.
Al Holbert, a very worthy winner, receives garlands from Pierre Desjardins, president of the Labatt Brewing Company Limited, along with a beautiful Eskimo sculpture. And that's it for CTV's Wide World of Sports. From the streets of Trois-Rivières.